Right now at 6, it is an alert day. Storms and snow moving in. Our weather team is timing it all out.
And the races are big, the stakes even bigger. We're covering election 2025 from La Crosse to Madison.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. Spring storms and snow are moving in.
Let's bring in meteorologist Nicole Skalicki with your forecast. Nicole.
Yeah, we're just now starting to see some of those snow showers picking up in La Crosse, just getting across that I-90 corridor. We're going to continue to see that band of snow, though, continue to move a little bit further north as we go throughout the rest of the evening. Taking a little bit of a closer look at it, you can see some darker blues within that line, likely seeing some higher snow rates with that, but a lot of this first wave of snow is really going to start to melt on contact, so we're not expecting to see too much accumulation to start. Could see some visibility issues, though, because it is pretty gusty out there. If you've spent any time outside, you definitely have noticed. So we do have alert day conditions going through this evening. First for that blowing snow potential across the area, and then continuing on tomorrow afternoon as the backside of the system comes through, likely bringing some isolated thunderstorms, mainly south of I-94 as we go early into the morning tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon. So here's a look at the rest of the evening in La Crosse, seeing snow slowly tapering off around 9-10 p.m. More light flurries as we go later into the evening. In Eau Claire, going to see the snow starting up pretty soon now and then continuing on as we go into the early portions of the overnight period. As I mentioned, though, we do have the potential for some thunderstorms coming up as we go into tomorrow, so I'll break it all down in the full forecast.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. And a reminder, you can always track these systems using our First Warn Weather app. You can get it on the App Store or on Google Play. It's election night, and right now voters still casting ballots.
And there's a lot of big races we will be watching. The big one in La Crosse is the mayoral race. Shondell Washington Spivey won the primary in February, edging out Chris Kalo. This race will also have a historic outcome, voters picking either the first black or female mayor.
Our team has ran a really great campaign, making sure that we put the people in the community first and bring in folks from all different backgrounds together to just, sharing this moment of like change in action.
I've been listening all over the city, from the north side to the south side, and I think that I have what it takes to make sure that I can hit the ground running and get the city moving.
Now, polls close in just under 2 hours in Wisconsin. Our own Grace Monk is live on La Crosse's south side. Grace, how's the turnout looking?
It's looking pretty good right now. We just got over that kind of after work rush, but we're still seeing people come out to the polls despite the weather. According to City Clerk Nikki Elson, voter turnout has been steady throughout the day, but weather could slow things down. She expects voter turnout to be around 50%. Absentee voting was 16% with around 5,100 ballots returned. Earlier, we spoke to residents about why they decided to vote today.
If you take a look at today's political climate, we obviously, every vote matters and we need to go make our opinions heard. So we definitely need to get out here and vote today.
Elson says the weather will not affect polling locations and they will still close today at 8 p.m. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
And the weather's not affecting Grace Monk out there.
Not at all.
Thank you, Grace.
And the other big race to watch, the Wisconsin Supreme Court election. That broke spending records and has the nation watching.
It sure does. Republican-backed Brad Schimmel up against Democratic-backed Susan Crawford. This hot-button race could offer a barometer on how voters are feeling at this point in Donald Trump's second term.
It has been a heck of a journey for 16 months. But I've left nothing on the field. Or left it all on the field, excuse me. I've run hard, and it's good to be looking at the end here. I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight. Whatever happens, it's in God's hands now.
We have made sure to remind voters that their fundamental rights are at stake in this election and that very important cases get decided by the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Things involving the fairness of our elections, the right of women to make their own decisions.
We now have News 8 Now's Allison Fergit live in Madison. Allison, what's the mood like over there?
Ken and Emily, talking to voters earlier today, they say the turnout has been absolutely great. Now, that high turnout might have to do with all the attention the race is receiving. Campaign spending broke records, topping more than $90 million. Although it is a nonpartisan race, it didn't feel like it, with big names from both the Republicans and Democrats getting involved. That's because this race will decide whether liberals or conservatives have control over the court, and both major parties see that as crucial to achieving their agendas. We spoke with voters earlier about the national attention the race is getting.
I think it's interesting how people think you can buy results, because it's like totally gross that someone can just say, here, I'm going to spend tens of millions of dollars lying about things and just dumping ads. But I also hope that we can show that you can't buy votes and you can't buy elections in that way.
So voters, they're obviously wanting Wisconsinites to make the decision in who wins, not outside spending. And in the next year, the state Supreme Court could take up issues like voting rights and collective bargaining rights. For now, reporting in Madison, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. Well, there's also a constitutional amendment on the ballot. Requiring a voter ID isn't new in Wisconsin, but if this passes, it would enshrine the 14-year-old law into the state's constitution. It's a move that would make it difficult to change.
Now, moving back to the race for La Crosse mayor, earlier today we caught up with outgoing Mayor Mitch Reynolds. We asked him what advice he would give to his impending successor.
Key thing is to listen to your staff, to remember that these folks are professionals. They do a tremendous job for the city. I've been around City Hall for a really long time. Not as mayor, but I've been around City Hall for a really long time. This is the best group of directors the city has had since that I'm aware of.
Reynolds has not revealed what he plans to do next.
And remember to stay with us on air and online for election night coverage. We will bring you results, analysis, and team coverage tonight at 10.
A man accused in a Tomah New Year's attempted homicide pleading not guilty today. 47-year-old Ryan Goad is accused of shooting and attempting to kill his father, 80-year-old Robert Goad, then fleeing with his children. He faces 6 counts, including attempted first-degree homicide.
The man accused of child assault in a porta potty entered not guilty pleas in court this morning. 36-year-old Ray Jackson faces second-degree sexual assault of a child under 16 and kidnapping charges. Police say Jackson lured a 14-year-old girl into a porta potty at the Forest Street Community Garden last May, then tried hiding her from officers.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Today, Mayor Reynolds hosting a proclamation reading from his office with New Horizons of La Crosse. That organization says the event is an opportunity to reinforce the city's commitment to ending sexual violence.
It's important for the survivors of sexual assault to know that there is help and resources available to them. And I also think it's important for the community as a whole to be able to recognize sexual assault and know how to act.
New Horizons put up ribbons around the city to spread awareness. That nonprofit offers an emergency shelter and a 24/7 crisis line.
Wisconsin joins a multi-state lawsuit against the Trump administration.
Plus, why these La Crosse County residents are out protesting in West Salem.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
wish your home had the comfort and ambiance of a fireplace? You're not alone. The good news, adding one is easier than you think. At La Crosse Fireplace Company, we'll help you design the perfect Heat and Glow fireplace for your home, customized to fit your style and space. And in just a few days, you'll be enjoying the warmth from a Heat and Glow fireplace. Don't wait to make your home complete. Visit La Crosse Fireplace Company today because your place is by the fire.
Demonstrators lined Highway 16 in West Salem today. The gathering promoted the importance of voting in today's election and protested the potential funding cuts to Medicaid and veteran programs.
We're all very concerned, which is why we're out here today. And the vote today really will make a difference. And that's why we felt that we needed to get out here and promote people getting to vote, because every vote does count.
The group will also gather on Saturday as part of the nationwide Hands Off rally.
Wisconsin is joining 23 states in suing the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The lawsuit hopes to block the termination of $11 billion in public health funding. The coalition argues the funds were unlawfully terminated. Wisconsin stands to lose out on more than $225 million in funds. Attorney General Josh Kaul says the cuts will threaten the general public as emerging diseases like measles and the bird flu are on the rise nationwide.
New parking rates start at La Crosse's parking ramps today. Parking will be $1 per hour Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Drivers can also take part in an optional 10-day rate instead. Parking will be free on Sunday still.
The Train All Abilities Park is back open. The park, located on 15th and Chase Streets, helps provide a place where children with cognitive, sensory, and physical disabilities can enjoy the outdoors. The park open daily from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Well, we'll have more news ahead.
But first,
still tracking alert day conditions going into this evening for blowing snow, and then tomorrow we have the possibility of seeing a couple thunderstorms. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
March Markdown at Dahl Auto. Save on over 1,000 new vehicles with big manufacturer rebates and deep Dahl discounts. Then get an extra $1,000 for your trade-in. Hurry to the March Markdown at Dahl Auto.
If you want them to be safe, don't vote for him. When this man sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl, Brad Schimmel let him off easy, calling it a one-time thing. When this man was caught with child porn, Schimmel gave him a plea deal after the man's lawyer gave Schimmel $5 grand. And when this man sexually assaulted 2 underage girls, Schimmel blamed the girls. Brad Schimmel won't protect your kids, but you can with your vote.
It's good to know your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there. For generations, we've powered the growth of our community. Today, our commitment is stronger than ever to provide affordable energy you can depend on and keep you connected to what matters most, now and for generations to come. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot. Shut up.
On GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
During the March Markdown at Doll Auto, our 500 pre-owned vehicles are marked down below market value. And when we value your trade-in, we'll mark it up an extra $1,000. It's our best trade offer ever. Hurry to the March Markdown at Doll Auto.
Snow is just starting to fall in La Crosse, and it's going to start continuing to move off to the north, giving everybody a little bit of a chance to see some light flurries as we go throughout the rest of the evening. Here we are in Sky Tracker. Again, already just passed over I-90. As we go into the next hour or so, Eau Claire and anywhere else near and along I-94, we'll start to see some of these flurries moving through. That's going to continue on into the early evening hours, starting to show some signs of lightening up near the I-90 corridor around 9-10 p.m. Maybe seeing a couple more light flakes after that, but largely the system will be off to the north. Really hugs near I-94 though for the next hours after midnight. A little bit of it turning to rain, but that's why we could see a couple more additional accumulation amounts as we go north of I-94. It's nice to keep in mind though that a lot of the snow is kind of that heavy slushier snowfall, so it's really been melting on contact, especially on the roadways, which is good for travel conditions. So those amounts are really staying to a little bit under a trace for areas south of I-90 as we go further north, seeing around 2 to 4 inches, likely staying on that smaller end though, especially with that melting to start. And then we have more rain moving in after that, and that rain will be falling right after the snow finishes, so it'll likely do some good work at washing a lot of the accumulation away as well. Here we are around 4 in the morning, seeing some steady showers north of I-90. If we take a broader view at it though, have some nice moderate to heavy rainfall just to our southeast, likely seeing some thunderstorms within this in the very early hours of the morning as well, but not really seeing it stretch into our area. We'll continue to see those isolated thunderstorms move just to our south as we go throughout the afternoon, but really we're going to stay mostly dry until we get a couple isolated chances move up as we go into the early evening hours. The main risk with any of these thunderstorms is really going to be some large hail. Otherwise, we're also going to see some stronger wind gusts with that as well, because they are going to have strong winds like we've seen today continuing on in tomorrow. All of that precipitation should be out of the way as we go into tomorrow evening, and will likely be dry for the next couple of days. So here's our rainfall totals going through tomorrow, starting this evening, seeing anywhere from about ½ inch to possibly an inch in some of those isolated areas that could get some thunderstorm activity, seeing some higher amounts under there. Otherwise, just a nice healthy amount of rainfall. And those wind gusts are going to be staying strong throughout the night tonight. That's going to be our main concern as the snow is still falling. We could see some visibility issues with those winds blowing that snow around a little bit. And then going into tomorrow morning, still seeing very strong wind gusts around 35 to 40 miles an hour. Those will be increased as well if those thunderstorms pass through. You can see it right there. We can see some upticks in those wind gusts with thunderstorm activity, but by tomorrow evening, we should start to see the winds dying down a little bit. As for our lows tonight, we're staying just near freezing across the area, just cold enough to support some of that snowfall. And then we're going to be turning back to rain as our temperatures get a little bit warmer tomorrow. We're getting near or above normal for most of the area. Going to be tricky if we can see these 60s to the south, whether or not we get enough of a break in those rain and thunderstorm showers throughout the day. That'll be the telltale sign if we can reach the 60s. Otherwise, everybody else at least getting into the 50s for the day. We'll continue to warm slightly as we go towards the end of the week, getting into the mid-50s, but we won't really have as much rain and gloominess around. Breezier conditions as we go into the weekend with maybe a chance of a stray shower or two, but otherwise most of the week is looking a lot quieter than the last few days, not really seeing any snow to go into the forecast either. So hopefully this is the last round of it, but
you never know. Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
we'll
not.
stay optimistic in the meantime. Thanks, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, tush pushed back. NFL owners still deciding on if a rule change is needed on the QB play. Plus, the Brewers are in desperate need of a good start for a pitcher making his MLB debut. Thoughts from Pat Murphy as well. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
I love horses.
Listen, good family fun entertainment.
Midwest Horse Fair is the best thing.
We're back, and better than ever, America's largest 3-day horse fair is coming to Madison April 11th through the 13th.
I like seeing everything, and there's so much going on throughout the 3 days.
The Midwest Horse Fair is the mecca of all the horse people in the Midwest. There's shopping, there's food.
There's something for everyone during the Midwest Horse Fair April 11th through the 13th.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, there is a plethora of different words to summarize the start to the 2025 campaign for the Brewers. Maybe the most telling one is hurt. Injuries have really taken a toll on this team already, and specifically in the pitching staff, as young arms are being put in tough spots against some good hitters so far this season. Pat Murphy said yesterday that the pitching can have an effect on the offense, which is off to a slow start as well, because it changes your approach and your game plan at the plate. Tonight, it's another Major League debut for a Brewer arm, as Chad Patrick will get the ball to start in Game 2 of the series against the Royals.
We're not at full strength, but it is what it is right now. We've got guys that Chad Patrick, wasn't supposed to make our team necessarily. He did pitch well in spring training, at times very well. He's getting an opportunity.
And the Brewers will look to avoid their first 0-5 start since 2003, and they aren't the only playoff team from last year struggling out of the gates. Twins also 0-4, take on the White Sox tonight. Braves also off to a slow start at 0-5 after winning the NL East a season ago. Meanwhile, the hottest item in baseball right now is the torpedo bat. You may have heard of it by now, but if you haven't, it's the latest craze in the MLB after the Yankees launched 15 home runs opening weekend against the Brewers, with some players using the bat. They are designed with more wood in most areas, likely to make impact with the ball, giving batters a better chance to hit base hits and home runs. It's reported that MIT physicist Aaron Leonhardt, who was a hitting analyst with the Yankees, created it, and Major League Baseball has confirmed that those bats are legal. And from one contested rule to another, after the Packers proposed to ban the NFL's tush push, owners today deciding to table that discussion for now. Reports are that it could be discussed at the May Spring League meeting. Things that were passed include regular season OT rules being changed to both sides now getting the ball, touchbacks going out to the 35, and replay assist helping on obvious errors. Back to those bats, guys. I say Brewers, load them up. Let's get a bunch of them on the team.
Go on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Call the company directly. I went on one.
How much are they?
Victus is a brand name that makes them. I don't know if it's the exact one that the Yankees have, but $200 a pop.
Okay.
That's
Wait,
within
so
7 to 10 business days, they could be in the Brewers.
We need them express though. We need those now because we need some
get a little
change of luck.
GoFundMe if Mark Attanasio doesn't want to pay for it.
Are the only ones using it right
no,
now?
other players are. I don't know if it's widespread across.
Is that
the
fair?
It's getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, it's open for everyone, so that's what they're trying to do. So we'll see how that.
So cancel out the competitive advantage.
I
and
guess
just pay
so,
for the bats.
Exactly.
Pay for the bats.
If it helps us
solve
hit the
all
ball.
the problems. Yes.
Yes. I mean, pitching still has to be figured out.
It's got to be. It's got to be addressed. But hopefully we get the first win tonight. Wearing the old throwback blue right now and the yellow tie. So hopefully that's a good omen for later tonight.
Yeah, we just need a little bit of a plaid, I think, and then Bob Uecker would be very proud.
I'll have to open up the wall.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks,
all right,
Jacob.
Nicole has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
It's time to gear up for the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, your spring weather headquarters. Rain or shine, we've got the value you need to get your spring projects underway. Right now, get up to $20 off Scott's Turf Builder Crabgrass Preventer or Triple Action. New at Blaine's, shop these men's Ariat waterproof steel toe work boots. Plus, all Trico wiper blades are buy one, get one half price. In store or online, find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Beware of getting mortgage information and mortgage rates online. I get a lot of home buyers that get their mortgage information online or get a pre-approval letter from a computer. I can tell you that talking to someone with over 30 years of experience, that everyone's situation is different, and sticking to a lender that has my experience is important to your financial future.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
We're seeing some big, ugly snowflakes out there, melted to the camera already. Not really seeing a lot of accumulation with it in La Crosse, and it's a very different story. I know, Claire, not a lot of snow there yet, but it'll get there eventually. Don't worry, everybody's going to be a part of the party tonight. Here we go. That's that heavier band of snow kind of moving through, but it's going to be moving pretty quickly. And then tomorrow, a chance of thunderstorms. So we're getting every side of spring on the first day and second day of April.
Yeah, quite a welcome party it is.
Unfortunately, not an April Fool's joke.
No.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
And we'll see you at 10 for all your election coverage.